Alright, we got like a 1.5 to 2 inch snowstorm the other day, and I feel like this is a good chance to test out this homemade snowplow that I built for this Craftsman LT2000. If you go back through some of my video archives, you'll see the build process. And in terms of looks, I think it looks awesome. How is it going to perform? Not 100% sure. There's a few small things that may need to be tweaked. Item number one, I used a garage door spring to pick up a lot of the weight of this plow so that when you go to use this control handle right here, it's pretty effortless to lift up the plow up and down. I'm a little bit worried that that spring is pulling up on that plow too much, so I may have to add a little bit of weight to the front of the plow or figure out a way to stretch that spring out a little bit. So that's potential problem number one. Problem number two is there's no weight in the rear. There's no counterbalancing weight. I do have chains on here, but you know, I took this tractor out during that 10-11 inch snowstorm that we got back maybe a month ago, and there was just no chance. Granted, it was like a really icy heavy snow, but it was just breaking traction before it could get anywhere. So probably am gonna have to look into adding some type of counterbalance weights in the future. But as for a snowstorm like this where it's kind of like you don't really want to shovel the whole driveway, I think it'll perform pretty well today, but we'll see. So let's start it up and see what kind of job it does. Also, another thing, this tractor has like an auto choke, so there's no way to like warm it up by idling it. It's kind of like it has to be maxed out or it won't run, so that kind of sucks, but let's give it a shot. thing is loud. So I had to make a few small adjustments, well, one smallish adjustment. I ended up taking that helper spring off the mount. What I've come to realize is that the snowplow needs weight to keep it on the ground, so that spring, all the trouble I went through to engineer that is pretty much wasted time. But other than that, I will say that quite a few cars have driven over the driveway, which has compacted the snow into kind of like an icy, compacted snow, as it were. And I mean, just like any snowplow, it didn't do a great job of pulling that up. Also, I mentioned earlier that it's going to have traction problems because there's no weight in the rear, and I think that definitely held true. Aside from that, though, I think it kind of did okay. I think this plow would be perfect for anything under probably 6 inches of powder. I think I have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, tweak a couple things here and there, and hopefully we get some powder. Hopefully we get like a 6-8 inch storm of pure powder. And in a storm like that, I think this thing would actually be quite a bit of fun to plow with. I think it'd be pretty cool to put wings on this plow, but this tractor just definitely doesn't have the horsepower or traction, so yeah, we'll have to wait for another snowstorm and we'll test it out again.